Really appreciate the support on my last video. That you guys did not think I look like a founding father, so I decided to wear the clip today. I got it from Frdige, okay? It's probably one of my favorite clips I have, and we're rolling with it.
'Cause I think I'm falling in love. I think I'm falling in love.
Guys, welcome back to my channel. Today is a frickin' meal prep Monday video again, except for this one is going to be a Trader Joe's only because I went to Trader Joe's in the beginning of this week and I stocked up on my favorites. So slightly different than my normal meal prep Monday routine. I'm making chicken thighs and I actually have a meatball recipe on my channel. I have to think what video it's in, but it's on here somewhere. And I had burgers last week, but I realized I haven't had meatballs in quite some time. And because I've got raviolis this week, I was like, let's do meatballs and ravioli and some chicken. And I actually have salmon as well because I haven't had the salmon rice bowl. Remember the TikTok viral video? It was like, I don't know, 3 months ago. I was eating that like almost every day. Then I did too much and I got sick of it, but now I kind of want it again. I'm gonna do a Trader Joe's only meal prep today, lots of air frying stuff, and I will walk you through how I prep for myself. If you didn't see last week's episode of Meal Prep Monday, I'll link it for you, but let's get started. On each little air fryer, 2-ounce meatballs, and I'm going to do these at air fry 375 for both. 375, and then I'm just going to kind of watch them. These are a little bit bigger than the ones I normally make, so it might take like 12 to 15 minutes. So I'm just going to start the time for both of these guys at 15, and then I'll flip them halfway through to check. Distracted going on an Instagram rant and I forgot the meatballs. But that's okay because they're done and they look absolutely fire. Can you even see those? Whoa, I just almost dropped them all. I personally don't like to overdo the meatballs because when I reheat them, they kind of cook even more. So that was 14 minutes and you can always tell, like, this is a really good rule of thumb for meat. I forget, like, this is a horrible explanation, but let me just tell you what I do. The palm of your hand, right, like here on the thumb, kind of hard, kind of squishy when you poke it. That's like medium-ish. Don't quote me on that. I'm not held responsible. Just kidding. I'm gonna start putting these in the glass Tupperware to let them cool. Always make sure you let your food come down to room temperature before putting it in the fridge. Do not put it directly in the fridge and leave the lid off. So I'm just gonna put them like this and set them off to the side. And we're gonna start boiling the water and then get to work on the chicken. Vegetables, honestly, I stick with broccoli and then my salad stuff. I did, however, get this vegetable hash from Trader Joe's, which is a staple for me in the summertime. I love making salads. Oh, I forgot that was hot. Good. Love making salads with that. But a lot of other vegetables are kind of off limits because of my stomach. So I can't, for some reason, I can't even do zucchini anymore. But Brussels sprouts, I can't do. Cauliflower, it's like a hit or miss for me. Corn. So I'm limited to like broccoli and spring mix. The other day I had too much romaine and it was not good. So anywho, I'm just doing a Parmesan broccoli. You can also do the dill pickle seasoning. I used that in my last Meal Prep Monday video and really liked it. But I think just to switch it up a bit, I'm gonna go with the cheesy seasoning. And we're just gonna spray a little bit of avocado oil spray on these. They're pre-cut because I'm lazy. And a little salt and pepper and pop it in the air fryer. I also do these at 375 for like 15 minutes, but it kind of depends on how crispy you like them and how big your air fryer is. First time I used it, smells fantastic. In the glass Tupperware, don't put the lid on it. Speaking of chicken, okay, also gallon Ziploc baggies are my favorite for the freezer bags. This vegetable hash just has such a big amount and it gets soggy in the fridge and I don't want to waste it. I put the remainder, what I didn't use in the pan, and I'm just going to make sure all the air is out, and I'm going to put this in the freezer so that I have kind of like my own little frozen veggie mix for when I need it. The last two things that I need to do are marinades, and I talked about this in my last meal prep video as well. So I just have a package of boneless, skinless chicken thighs. And last week I made them with the creamy dill dressing as like a creamy marinade aspect kind of, except for it wasn't really a marinade because I just poured it on the chicken and then put it in the air fryer. Bag, you're just going to grab some lime juice. I don't know, that much. Now you can use fresh cilantro. I used that last week from my garden, but I find that the paste, I don't know, I think it just coats it a little bit more. Sometimes the cilantro just kind of like, you know, cooks off and is in the air fryer. So I like these little pastes. I got this at Publix, and again, I just kind of like pour it in there enough to coat it and just give it a nice like creamy element. Then the key for the crispiness is just a little bit of brown sugar. You just put a little, and this kind of helps caramelize it when you put it in the air fryer, you know, like the sugar aspect. And I really don't use a ton. Maybe that's like half a tablespoon. And then whatever seasonings you would like. So like salt, pepper. I also really like the everything but the elote seasoning for this. I think it's amazing. And sometimes when I put them in the air fryer, like skin side up, even though they're skinless, I'll just sprinkle this on top to make it extra crispy. I find is best to do overnight in the fridge if you can, and just let it marinate. So that's what I'm gonna do for this. So I will not be cooking these today, but this also allows me to get like an extra day out of the chicken thighs because then they're not sitting in the fridge cooked, they're still uncooked. And I don't know, that's just the way my brain thinks about it. So I just do the same thing like I showed you guys last week, kind of massage it all together so all of the marinade gets all over the chicken. And I'm gonna try to get as much air out as possible. And then I just let this sit in the fridge like this overnight. So I'm actually gonna do the same thing with the Trader Joe's Atlantic salmon. This is the barbecue cut, but again, these don't last super long, and obviously you wanna eat them as quick as possible. So I'm going to marinate one and then freeze the other 4-ounce portions. I like these because when I do it from Costco, I have to do this myself. And although I will tell you, Costco salmon is so fire, but I'm just not a good fish butcher, okay? I don't know what to tell you. In these freezer Ziploc baggies, and 2 of the pieces will go in the freezer for me to have as a backup. And then I think I'm actually gonna have the salmon bowl tonight. So I'm going to show you how I marinate that. Again, not cooking that one right now because I don't like reheating salmon, but I will show you, if you haven't seen the reel on my Instagram, as much air out as possible. If I had some wax paper, I would put them in the wax paper, but I don't have any of that. So these two are going to the freezer. The lean meatballs with Parmesan and Italian breadcrumbs. This is regular chicken breast coated in this from Trader Joe's. Underneath the broccoli, which I'm gonna have later tonight, is just that veggie mix that I cooked. The rest of the broccoli, the goat cheese raviolis, and then let me show you the inside of the fridge so you can see kind of how it's like set up. All up there I just kind of have like drinks and extra egg white stuff. Oh, I should have got more chocolate cups. Crap. This is fresh produce. I've got some chicken bacon and some mangoes back there. My Chobani drinks, eggs, sauces, and dips and things like that. And then this shelf is kind of where I keep the rest of the meal prep and where the other stuff will go. So this is the salmon that's marinating for tonight. This is the extra mixed Trader Joe's rice, which I'm going to use for the salmon bowl just to get rid of that, and then the chicken thighs that are marinating. And then this is my salad drawer. Everything that I use for a salad is in here, and then I keep my breads at the bottom because they just last longer like that. So that's how I meal prep and stash the fridge. And this side, kind of same concept, I just like organize them by category. So the top is desserts, the middle is like extra meal stuff, so pizza, shrimp burgers, chicken burgers. That's the rice medley I was talking about, that's meal prepped. And then the rest of the meal prep stuff that I have and am freezing, and then frozen breads for extras. So that is how I meal prep for myself for the rest of the week. And honestly, that will probably get me through, today is Tuesday, so like next Monday, I'll probably need to do another prep, but it just depends on what I'm in the mood for and what I feel like cooking on that day. But that took me exactly an hour, so it is easy enough for you to do it. Let me know if you have any other questions for me or anything you think I should meal prep. I hope you enjoyed this Trader Joe's inspired edition, and I will see you in my next video.